Hey up, how we all doing? Good to see you all. Welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live for Oxford United against Ipswich Town. This is going to be a great game, this. Sorry I'm a little bit late. How we all doing? Gillian, good to see you. Adrian, good to see you. Vigo Krapelka, good to see you again too, Vigo. And Jaden, what are your Premier League predictions? We'll get into that in a minute. I want to focus on the Kassam. Oxford against Ipswich. It's going to be a very interesting game, this one. Very, very interesting. Kieran McKenna. Listen, do we think Ipswich come back up, by the way? I just want to get a feel on this. Second longest current serving manager in the Championship. Kieran McKenna. Ipswich, they're doing okay. Is it fourth that they're in currently? Decent form. Gary Rowett, good record against Ipswich. Oxford, the Kassam, difficult place to go, even at the best of times. Albeit, Oxford not doing particularly well this season, looking at the league table. Yeah, Ipswich in 5th. 3 wins from the last 5. And we're off here. Oxford in 22nd. They're in the bottom 3. Only a point behind Sheffield United. So let's get the game underway on the clock. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your predictions. Let's see how we get on tonight. I think Oxford should be good enough for a point, in my opinion. I think they start fast. And to be honest, they have. Look at them. They're straight off and underway. Ipswich inevitably going to come under early pressure here. We'll do the lineups as well. Sorry, I haven't gone through the lineups even just yet. Christ, I'm all over the place. Absolutely shocking start. Go on, Key. Call yourself professional. This is shocking. Adrian, how's it going? Kieran Baines. Hey, mate, been a while. Yes, good to see you, Kieran. Adrian, should be a goal fest tonight. Ipswich playoffs for me. I'd like to think so. Yeah, it feels like Ipswich... I think Ipswich should and probably will come back up. Whether it be via the playoffs, whether it be automatic. I think they've got enough in that team. I mean, just look at the team tonight. So you've got Walton in goal. I mean, Walton, they definitely missed Palmer, I think. I think Palmer was really good in the latter stage of the Prem last season. He's not been entirely brilliant this season at times, but I still think Palmer is he's their number one. Obviously, he's out injured at the moment. So Walton in net. Leif Davis left back. Cedric Keeper, O'Shea, Furlong. And they've got Taylor and Matasiwa in midfield. Philogene left. Agelli right. Nunes just behind George Hurst. And then for Oxford, it's Cumming in goal. Long. Hellick, Brown and Curry at the back. De Kersmaker and Volks in midfield. Mills right. Harris through the middle with Krastev off the left. And Mark Harris up front. That's Harris. Mark Harris up front. And Luke Harris at the number 10 position. Jaden, do you have a fantasy team? If so, who's in it? No. I do have a fantasy team, but I don't play it. And that's not to downplay anyone who does. I do the same thing every year, mate. I do the exact same thing every year. I don't know if you're the same as me, but I start a fantasy team. I join a league, or I created a league this year. We have a Premier League Dad League. I start it, and I mean to think. Do you know what I say to myself? I'm gonna be number 1 in this year. I mean, I'm really gonna go for it. And then after about 3 or 4 weeks, I lose interest, and I forget to update my team. And I'm like, oh, I've not done it. And then it just ends up getting like, can't be bothered. I forgot about it now. So whoever I picked before the season is probably still in my starting 11. Furlong launching it in. Chance! Oh, long throws doing the business in the Championship this season. And very nearly did there. Furlong launched it in. Everyone missed it. And it wasn't Hurst. Who was it who came in late there at the back post? Was it Hurst? No, Agelli. Adrian Berder, Philogene looks a player. Yeah, Philogene I think is absolute quality. I think he's Premier League ability. To be honest, I like O'Shea. I've always liked O'Shea. And Leif Davis. I think Leif Davis, O'Shea, Philogene, absolutely prem quality there. But I'm intrigued to see how Luke Harris does tonight. Obviously, there was a lot thought of Luke Harris when he came through at Fulham, and he's not entirely lived up to what people thought he would be. He came through at Fulham. Everyone thought he was he's a wonder kid. He's still very, very young. He's still only 20 years of age. He's bounced around a little bit. Exeter, Birmingham, now Oxford. 1 goal in 10 games, playing in that number 10 spot. But he is only 20 years of age. And Jaden, do you think Liverpool win? Oh, I hope so. I can't be arsed with Liverpool not winning again. I'm fed up of Liverpool not winning. It's doing me head in. So yeah, I'm hoping we do. I'm hoping we do, but maybe we don't. I don't know. We'll see. D. Nichols says, are you streaming Boreham Wood v Halifax 5:30? No, mate. I'll be doing Everton against Newcastle 5:30 tomorrow. And Chris Cotton says, Coventry have cut back on the long throws. They were doing more than everyone. Is that true? Really? Cucho, why is there no 12:30 tomorrow? Weird. Do you know, I don't know, mate. I absolutely don't know. And Joe says, hi, Key, been accepted into a graphic design apprenticeship for the summer. Buzzing. Do you know what? I need a graphic designer. I need a graphic designer. So if you do need, because I've got a couple of little bits. I don't know if you're any good at it. Like if you're any good at it, and you do want to do, I always need a good graphic designer, and I can never find a good one. So yeah, I'm putting that out there. I'm putting that out. But Joe, particularly for you, Joe, because you're a good lad and you're regular. So if you wanted to work on some stuff, I'd probably need you at some point. But well done, congratulations. That's amazing. That's brilliant. I'm not saying for free either. By the way, I would pay. Of course, I would pay you. I'm not like. I'm not expecting anything for nothing. Yes, do it for experience. No, I'm not that kind of guy. It's just hard to find someone who understands the channel and what I'm going for. Joe, I'm going for an experience placement. Then if I'm good, they say they'll see what happens from there. Oh, amazing. Well, good luck with that, mate. You'll do brilliantly, I'm sure. Jaden says, as a Newcastle fan, Man United fan, saying all this crap to use, even though this is their first good season in years. Is it? Have I missed something? Are Man United having a good season? As far as I know, they got knocked out by Grimsby in the Cup, and they're level on points with Liverpool, who have had their worst season in 70-odd years. So, I mean, if this is good for United, something terrible has happened. Something absolutely dreadful has happened if this is good for Manchester United. In the nicest possible way. Like Ruben Amorim, I think he's treading a fine. We're talking about Arne Slot treading a fine line. I think we're talking about Ruben Amorim treading a fine line. There's only one of those managers won a Premier League title in the last 12 months. Trevor says, do you think Leeds will stay up? No, I do not think Leeds will stay up. Tolga, how's it going? Adrian Berder, Newcastle fan here. Good to see you, Adrian, as always. What are we saying? Sorry. Let me catch up. Michael, could Liverpool get dragged into bottom 4? Be brilliant, that. Listen, it might get worse before it gets better for Liverpool. I do get the feeling that might be the case, sadly. Oxford controlling the ball early here. They're having a fair bit of early possession. Ipswich have not really done much other than that early long throw, but 8 minutes in, feels like it's certainly more of an Oxford-dominated game thus far. Not without any real clear chances, I mean. We've not had any clear chances for either side in the game. But like I said, remember, Gary Rowett does have a half-decent record against Ipswich and against Kieran McKenna in particular. Joe, I've always wanted to get involved into it, but I need the experience first before I decide future. Absolutely. And Chris Cotton, it's hard coming up from the Championship and staying up. It is, yeah. And listen, there's plenty of teams who are like yo-yo teams who kind of bounce up, bounce down. So it'll be interesting to see how Sunderland for maybe. I think Sunderland will probably stay up, but will they have second season syndrome and go back down again? Burnley are one of those yo-yo teams. So I imagine Burnley go down and then win the championship and come back up in 2 years' time. Tolga says, in this match the data is risky, but the house can win the match with 1 and 2 chances at the end of the match. Oxford full time. Okay, so there you go. Our Turkish supercomputer predicting Oxford or draw. So certainly not an Ipswich win. Not an Ipswich win. Now that is interesting. There you go, Tolga. We'll take that. If it's going to be Oxford or draw in this one, there's a shock on the cards, according to our Turkish chess champion, our Turkish supercomputer who's in the chat. There you go. Cry Ada says, putting a bet on Ipswich, do you think they will win? Well, there you go. We've just heard from our Turkish chess grandmaster, Tolga, who does come in and do these predictions based purely on data. He is very, very accurate. He's not. He's 50-50, but he does get some really wild results predicted, in fairness. Like, he was adamant that Everton was getting that one against United, and it was the one game that I didn't back. Because he said Liverpool would get a result against City. I backed it. He said Spurs would get a result against Arsenal. I backed it. Lost both of them, and then he finally says Everton will get one against United, and he does. So he doesn't always just go like the dead obvious one. But, I don't know. Turkish supercomputer, what can you say? Jaden says some good games this weekend, and Alfie, Arteta out Joey Barton in hashtag pop the bolts. Oh my god. Chris Cotton says Oxford are an entertaining side to watch, but Ipswich have a lot more quality. They do, yes, agreed. And Alison Peterson says, if Slot gets sacked, what manager would you have? Well, first off, I'll say I don't want Arne Slot sacked. I'll repeat that. I do not want him sacked. Ipswich with a chance. Left-footed, good block. Really good defending from Ipswich. From Oxford. Come on, Key, wake up. But who do I want to replace Arne Slot? I don't want anyone to replace him, but if we had to, if he left, if he walked, anything, I don't know. I don't know is the honest answer. I don't really want to think about it. There's a lot of managers that I admire, but none that really like, oh yeah, he'd be fantastic for us. Be yourself, Dylan. How's it going? Palmer is back for Chelsea. And Carefree CFC says, no Brannigan for Oxford tonight. Big miss. Yeah, Cameron Brannigan. Ex-Liverpool, of course. Cameron Brannigan. Cry Ada. So if I was to bet, I shouldn't go for Ipswich. Listen, for me, I would be backing Ipswich all day long. Right? I would be going Ipswich or draw here. However, I feel remiss to point out that we have our Turkish supercomputer in the chat. I'm not going to ignore him. He's got some big calls right recently, including Everton against Man United. Everton went down to 10 men, and this guy was in the chat saying, repeatedly, he said, Everton will get the win, and everyone was laughing at him, including me. Everton get the win. So I can't really knock him. I can't knock him. He does tend to get a fair bit right. So he's saying Oxford or draw tonight. He's saying back Oxford or draw. So I don't know what the odds are for Oxford or draw. Let's have a look. He is a data analyst, chess grandmaster. So yeah, he's saying Oxford or draw. He's saying Ipswich will not win. It's a corner to Ipswich here. So Oxford or draw, you can get 2.5 to 1. That's pretty good bet. That's pretty good odds. Oxford or draw, you can get decent money on. And that's what he's saying. Back it, don't back it, totally your call. When the fun stops, stop. I'm not that guy, if you want to fritter your money away, it's your business. Rolo, heard from a good source, this game's going to finish 2-0 for Ipswich. Put your house on it. Well, Ipswich finally starting to attack here. O'Shea's come forward, Hurst's in the box. It's going to be Philogene to take the corner. P. Doc says, some guy sold me some magic beans. And Thomas Roberts, what did you think about PSV Liverpool the other night? It was awful, wasn't it? Yeah, it wasn't great. Disappointing result, disappointing performance. Not good. Not much you can say about Liverpool at this moment in time, sadly. Big C Craig, be honest, did you know much of Slot before he came to Liverpool? Yes, I did. I did know quite a bit about Arne Slot because I watch a fair bit of the Eredivisie. Yeah, and you've got to remember the year before he came to Liverpool, he was very close to joining Spurs. By the way, people forget, very close to joining Spurs. So he was a very, very well respected manager in his own right long before Liverpool appointed him. Carefree CFC, Hurst up top for Ipswich is a baller. Watched him a lot on loan at Pompey and loved him there. Well, there you go. And Chris Cotton said, Fergie always said it was hardest to win the title the year after you had won it. And it is. He's very, very true. I don't like Alex Ferguson, but I can agree with him 100% on that. If you win the title, you almost certainly struggle to retain it. And that's why, if you look at the Premier League, there's lots and lots of sides that have won the Premier League, but only the truly, truly great sides have retained it. You know, and I'm talking the Chelseas, the Manchester Uniteds, the Manchester Cities. These are the top sides over the years of the Premier League. They're the ones that make the big difference. Liverpool never have. At least not in the Premier League era. We've done it many, many times before that, and football didn't start in 1992. But, you know, if we're talking just Premier League era, those are the three. Alfie, who do you support, Key? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I am a Liverpool fan. But I watch everyone on this channel. That's what I do. I watch football every single day. 600 games across 2025, across more than 40 competitions. That's what we do on this channel. We watch games of football and talk about all different things. It's not just... I mean, it feels very Liverpool heavy right now because of all the stuff that's going on with Liverpool. But we talk a lot about what's going on in the Football League. We did Peterborough against Stockport last week, and how Peterborough have been resurgent under their new manager, and you know, Stockport, everyone thought they'd maybe get into the playoffs, and they're top of the league, they're flying. So I don't know. It feels like we do a real mixed bag on here. Yeah. Hassan Hersey says, good afternoon, joining from sunny Southern California. Yes. Love it. My favourite film was set in that sort of part of the world. The Lost Boys. One thing about Santa Clara I never could stomach. All the damn vampires. Alfie Brindle, if Arteta bottles it again, he has to go. And Adrian Burder says Ramsdale's got to start ahead of Pope against Everton tomorrow. Quite a few saying that as well. And Alfie Brindle says, I thought Liverpool were going to win the league again. I don't get what's happening. We're just falling to bits, mate. Lots of different reasons, but we're falling to bits. But it's not the manager's fault, I will say that. Carefree CFC says, we retained it, but also remember winning it, finishing 10th and winning it again. Hard job. And Mark says, Fergie didn't spend 500 million the next season, though. Oh, he did. Oh, he absolutely did. Alex Ferguson spent an awful lot to win those titles, mate. And you know, you say 500 million, inflation's a thing. Stan Collymore was like 7 million quid or something like that. If you put that into today's terms, he's borderline Neymar. Adam464 says, we talk all football and how Key is a high maintenance guy who won't sleep on a 10th floor camping. Very high maintenance. Yes. Incredibly high maintenance. Dylan says Fergie won it 3 years in a row, by the way. I know, yeah, he did, and that was a fantastic Manchester United side. I'm not denying that. And obviously, City have done it 4 times in a row. It's, you know, this is... I'm not denying Man United are a great side, and City are a great side, and Chelsea had a great side as well. But that is the difference between sides who just win it once and some who just win it twice. Or some who just win it once rather than multiple times. P-Doc says, Arteta has never bottled it. It's a team issue. Oh, I don't know. 6 years is a long time. 6 years and over £1 billion spent is a long time. It is. I mean, this year it feels like everything's fallen in Arsenal's favour, hasn't it? Because City have collapsed, Liverpool have collapsed. So Arsenal will probably win it again for the first time in 20 years. 20 plus years, actually, isn't it? And not anything under Arteta's tenure, really. Alfie says Gary Neville is a woke lefty. I don't mind Gary. I like Gary Neville a lot more than I did when he was just a footballer. I don't mind him. He's still a bit, But you've got to allow people their daft opinions, mate. Some people have we've all got stupid opinions on different stuff, like arseholes. Everyone's got one. Some people have some wider the mark ones. Chris Cotton says Slot should not be sacked for a good time yet. Absolutely agree with that. And Jake, City won the league 4 times in a row, and after that they had a shit season. Shocking, innit? Absolutely dreadful. Come on, let's spark this game into life. We're 20 minutes in here. We've not had a fucking anything, nothing to cling on to. We've had nothing. Alfie says phase 6, like you say, 1 billion spent. He's too negative for me. It's just not entertaining football with Arsenal. That's my biggest gripe with Arsenal. They're a wonderful side. They've built. Mikel Arteta has built a very, very good side. Very efficient, very effective. But not really that entertaining. They're pretty boring, aren't they? Pretty dull. Just feels like whenever I watch Arsenal, I'm like, ugh, really? Like, and that was never the case with Man United. And Man United are bigger rivals than. I mean, even Chelsea were pretty boring, but I always felt like Chelsea were a relentless winning machine, and they produced quality in the big moments. It doesn't feel like Arsenal do that. Arsenal tend to get over the line. Oh, big chance! Gelly at the back post again. Oh, unlucky. Good header, good save as well. Big save for Oxford, and Ipswich nearly taking the lead. First real chance of the game, if I'm dead honest. And Jim says, does Slot make it to Sunday evening dinner if Liverpool lose Sunday afternoon? I really hope so. Yeah, if Liverpool lose against West Ham, I really, really hope so. Oh, it wasn't a save. It was off the post. It was off the post and wide. Ooh, big chance. Adam says Arsenal v Bayern was entertaining. Well, I haven't seen that, so I'll concede. Arsenal have had some games where they've been quite good, but I mean the Spurs game wasn't terrible, was it? For the latter 40 minutes, the last 45 second half basically. But the first 35 minutes, everybody in my live was saying this is dreadful, this is awful to watch, and that's how it feels most Arsenal games. KP, what's your prediction, lad? I predicted Ipswich or draw, but it does feel like Oxford could pinch something, and I don't know if it's going to be a draw. I think it feels like it's going to be a tight game. I feel like I'm sitting on the fence. I don't want to sit on the fence, but I honestly can't call this one because both teams have had half decent moments in the first 20 minutes. Oxford pushing forward, now they've got a corner. So both teams have been up the other end of the pitch and had little fits and starts. It's still very early. The game's settling down. Taylor, who do you want to win on Sunday, Chelsea or Arsenal? Arsenal. And Chris Cotton, they've made Rice a better player, though. That's good for England fans. Yes. Agreed. I very much agreed. BNRMN, Ipswich fan here. Hopefully we can go second tonight. Yeah? I mean, do you think... Oh, here we go. This is a big chance. It's a free kick. Ref, what are you doing there? That wasn't a free kick. That really wasn't a free kick. Hellick's not happy with him. Keeper comes out, gets nothing on the... Well, he does. He gets a punch on it, but I don't think that was a foul. Hassan says Ipswich 3, Oxford 1. And Taylor, why? What do you mean, why? Why am I backing Arsenal over Chelsea? because I think Arsenal are a good side. Oh, Oxford chance! Big save! It's 1-0! Oh, it's an absolute calamity at the back! It's an absolute calamity at the back from Ipswich, and it's Harris! It's exactly what we were saying before the game. Is it Cedric Kipper? Is it Kipper or Matasiwa? Matasiwa's had an absolute shocker here. He's had an absolute nightmare, and it's 1-0 to Oxford. Oh, what an unbelievable, shocking moment for Ipswich. It's just, honestly, the keeper just passes it out to him. It comes back. No, it is Matasiwa. Oh, Matasiwa. I thought it was Kipper. It did come to Kipper first, but it was Matasiwa. He's got it stuck under his feet. Oh, it's a horrific back pass. And it's a shot from Harris. The keeper pushes it out, and then Harris on the rebound smashes it in on the rebound, and there you go. Oxford in front. Mark Harris, not Luke Harris, by the way, I should say. Mark Harris with the goal to put him in front, and Oxford are in the lead, and there you go. Tolga, you were saying it. You were saying it. Oxford might take it tonight, and it might be that, exactly that, what you were saying. Adrian says the game needed that. Oh, Gary Rowett's happy. Gary Rowett's happy on the touchline. Well, this is what's going to spark it to life. Taylor, so you would rather Arsenal win the league over Chelsea? Oh, 100% I'd rather Arsenal win the league over Chelsea. I'd rather United win the league over Chelsea. I think I'd rather Everton win the league over Chelsea. No, that's not true. That isn't true. I'd rather United win the league over Chelsea. I wouldn't rather Everton, though. P-Doc says, go Oxford, good to see you, man. And Dave Wilson, hi, Key, mate. Hope you're okay with the Reds not doing so good. Only kidding, mate. Hey, it happens, doesn't it? We've not seen it for 70 years, but Liverpool losing this many games. Even me dad's not seen Liverpool. My dad's born in the 50s. Even he's not seen Liverpool lose this many games. Uncharted territory. Oxford in again. Oh, good tackle from keeper this time. And Ipswich on the counter-attack. Good tackle. Wonderful tackle. This is brilliant, this. Great defending. Mike says, I don't watch EFL, but why does Google say Oxford only have a 13% chance to win before the game started? Probably because of where Oxford find themselves in the table. I imagine that's how that data is calibrated. Oxford are 22nd going into this game. Ipswich are, 4th, 5th? John Llewellyn, 1-up Oxford. Wow, Town fan here watching. I think whatever happens, you would expect Town to still be a Premier League side next year. But tonight might belong to Oxford, because the Kassam is alive tonight. Alfie, he doesn't like Chelsea. I don't like Chelsea. No, I do not like Chelsea. Chris, this is the time of year squads start to get stretched with injuries. 2 games a week is a big ask. And Jake says, in my opinion, Arsenal are the best boring team in the world. That's certainly possible. Yeah, certainly plausible, we'll say that. Tolga, how's it going? Reese, Ed Sheeran will be fuming. Why has he not got his name on it anymore? Alex Macklin, how's it going, Alex? And Dave says, Keown will be happy. He's from Oxford, mate. Is he? Martin Keown? I didn't know that. Oh, Oxford. He's gone for it from the halfway line. What's the keeper doing? Oh, good effort. Again, Harris. Going for it from the halfway line. Fair play. Keeper was miles off his line. Just didn't quite get the purchase on it, but it was on target. It's a shot on target, if nothing else. P-Dog says, hit the like button, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers for hitting the like. Cheers for following, subscribing, all that good stuff. I'm live every single day watching games of football. We've got a big weekend in the Championship. and the Premier League, and to be honest, across the Football League this weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday, 12:30, I am doing Leicester against Sheffield United. So that one's going to be an interest. I was going to do Stockport, but I don't know. I think I'm going to do Leicester Sheffield United. Should I? I don't know. I'm not sure what game I'm going to do at 12:30 tomorrow. But I'll be live for something in the EFL at 12:30, and then 5:30 for Newcastle away at Everton. Adam says, lately Arsenal have been getting more entertaining and scoring more open play goals. Still, it's always the decisive goal. Like, they do score open play goals. No one's denying that. It's the decisive goal. It's like the one that puts them in front is always the goal that's, you know, the one that basically changes the game. Deflects in off Trossard's arse. they get they're struggling all game. Then something deflects in off Trossard's arse, and then it's like, oh yeah, they go and win quite comfortably, scoring open play goals, and Eze knocks 3 or 4 in or whatever. And then they look brilliant, don't they, at that point? But the important goals usually from set pieces. Harris. Should the keeper have done better there? Feels like he pushes it straight back to him. Chris Cotton says the Championship is the most entertaining league by a country mile. It's hard to dispute this. Fair. Very fair. Jake, the goal which Ipswich conceded reminds me of what Liverpool concede all the time. Shite defending. And Taylor up the Chelsea. Three-star Reds. Not many Forest fans had seen us beat Liverpool until the last 2 seasons, and not Liverpool fans seen your bad run at present. That's what makes the game what it is. Unpredictable. Correct. Oh! Ow! Nearly 1-1! Oh, Hurst. Unlucky. Really good strike, that. If he meant that, that was incredible. A little bit of a Berbatov about this. Little flick on. Did he get a deflection? No. Oh, that's a really good effort from Hurst. Keeper was stranded. Cumming wasn't getting to that one. And it just goes wide of the far post. Very, very nearly 1-1 coming up to half-time here. Alfie, if Arsenal go 20 points clear with 5 games left, then I may dream. I can't be confident with cardboard head Arteta. Tommy D, what game are you watching? Big clue up here, Tommy. And Jake, Chelsea are going to lose on Sunday, but it's going to be tight. 3-2 to Arsenal. Can't see Arsenal conceding 2. Not the way they play. Boring, boring Arsenal. Oscar says, good result so far as a Cov fan. And Chris Cotton, Ellis Sims' goal on Tuesday was a goal of the season contender. It was, wasn't it? That was very similar to the Eze goal for England. What a beautiful pass from Phil Foden that was, by the way. Just rolls it into his path, and then Eze curled it into the top corner. It was very similar with Coventry the other night. It was Torp driving through midfield, rolls it to his right, or to his left, and right-footed Ellis Sims, top corner, away at Borough. Great game, that, by the way. We was live for that one. 4-2 in the end, wasn't it, to Coventry? Really good game. Peter Lloyd-Jones, do you think you'll beat West Ham? I do, but I'll caveat that, Peter, by saying I thought Liverpool would win against Galatasaray and against Nottingham Forest and against Palace and against Man United and against Chelsea and against Brentford and against PSV. I thought we'd win all of them, and we didn't. So, I don't know what to say to you. Reece, I'm telling you, Key, we're going to beat Chelsea's goals conceded record. You might do. Yeah, you might do. But it'll be a reflection of a team, not necessarily of the individuals within said team. I think that's what from my point of view, there's no way I'm allowing Arsenal fans to create this narrative that You've literally got like the best team, and every individual is unbelievable. You've got a very, very functional team with an incredibly organised manager, and it's very, very effective. But I don't feel like there's that many like top elite, top quality individuals in there. Like, not when I'm saying there's very, very good players. What I'm saying is like all timers. Like, you're not putting Gabriel and Saliba with Van Dijk and Terry and, you know, Vidic, and, you know, that's not happening. That just isn't happening. Good, very good defenders, but they're not going up there. They're just not. Tommy, it's been a long couple of months being a Liverpool fan. Yeah, hasn't it just? And Mike says, surprised West Ham haven't been relegated yet. I think the same about Everton, Mike. Feels like Everton are on a cycle every single year. Flirt with relegation and then just kind of ease their way out of it. But they're on for 3 wins on a spin. If they beat Newcastle, they've got 3 wins back to back. Just at the same time, Liverpool are falling to bits, so I can't have that. I've got Blues texting me every other day saying, oh, how is it looking up at us? Is your neck hurting looking up at us? Adam, Mosquera and Nkapie are incredible finds. Listen, they're really, really good. And they're a good side. They're a really good side. I'm not denying that at all. Taylor, Ricardo Carvalho as well, yeah. User362, do you think Oxford will win? No, I think it's going to be a draw. I think Ipswich turn this round and get something. I don't know what yet, but I think Ipswich have got enough in the tank to get at least a point here. Reece, score prediction, West Ham to win 6-1. If that happens, I will be firmly slot out, because I think that's the clearest indication that the players have just gone, yeah, we're not playing for you, mate. And as much as I would still want to sack a load of players, we've still got some fixtures to fill. So I would appoint someone different, send Arne Slot away with our apologies, and go and get someone else in. If indeed we were to lose horrifically badly, like 6-1 against West Ham. But I don't see that yet. I really don't see it. Adrian, do you think Nuno will keep the hammers up? Yes, I do. I also think that Rob Edwards could still keep Wolves up. I think Wolves could potentially still stay up, and I also think Everton could still potentially go down. I don't think they will go down, but they could get dragged into the battle. Guilty Spark, hey up Key, what did you make of the Borough-Cov game the other night? Unbelievable, wasn't it? It was absolutely outrageous. Great game. Loads of really good goals as well. It felt like every goal was like an absolute worldie. Certainly the first 2 for Coventry. Ellis Sims and, what was the centre-back's name? Who's the centre-back? Kitchen. Yeah, Kitchen's goal, the first one, was really, really good. Torp's absolutely fantastic. And do you know what? And Allen as well. The game changed as soon as Allen came on for Coventry. He was a brilliant substitution. And he's 30 years of age, came in, just immediately the game changed because Borough were starting to get on top. It was 2-2. Felt like the game was going in Borough's favour. Little change from Lampard. Allen came in. Just started moving the ball around a little bit faster in midfield and Coventry got hold of it. Borough didn't have a kick from then on. Guilty Spark, really good game. Felt harsh as a Borough fan to lose that game, but you can't deny Cov at the minute. That's it. I think Borough played really well. There was the first Coventry goals came. It was like they were dead quick, weren't they? They came against the run of play. Borough were the better side for the first 15 minutes. Then Coventry get 2 quick goals, and then Borough are the better side for the next 20 minutes. You get you get one back, and then obviously straight after half time you get another one. By the way, sorry, if you keep hearing that, I keep getting, I've been clipped up 2-3 times this week. People sending me memes. Key farting on a live in 4K HD. Yeah, I absolutely promise you, I'm not farting. I've got a creaky floorboard beneath me ear. It's that. That's what it is. So I occasionally stand on it and it just sounds like I'm tooting. But I apologise. That is absolutely not the case. Adam, what happened to Liverpool's press? They allow runners from midfield to get to box unchallenged. Just heads gone. Heads have gone. There's 3 or 4 players in that Liverpool team who don't want to be there anymore. Plus the general apathy that comes when you're grieving someone. Reese, it's fine, Key. We know you ate a kilo of baked beans before the live. A cup of beans? And Chris says, Coventry are amazing to watch this year. Torp is quality, so skilled. Allen is full on energy. It was a good game. A really, really good game. Very much enjoyed that one. Alfie, Prem's gone boring lately. Most teams set up not to lose, and all this slow backward passing does my head in, to be honest. That is Arsenal, though. I feel like Arsenal are changing the way Premier League football is played. It's all very much set pieces, long throws, direct play. Which is no bad thing, I guess, but it does make the game a lot less entertaining than maybe it should be. Hurst and Helix having a little scrap in the 6-yard box here. Yeah, ref saying, just come here, lads, let's have a quick chat. Let's have a quick chat. You're not having any argy-bargy in the box. Come on. Tommy, do you reckon some of the Liverpool players have down tools? They have. Categorically, they have. Kanate doesn't want to be there. McAllister doesn't want to be there. I don't think Salah expects to be there. I think he's pretty set that he's going to be leaving the club by the end of the season. So maybe mentally he's checked out. I don't know. He's maybe thinking about the AFCON as well. I don't know what's going on with Salah, but I have never ever seen Mo Salah let his man go the way he did the other night. Never. Never, ever, ever. And it was unforgivable, that. So, Salah, Gakpo we tried to sell in the summer. I think Gakpo's maybe, he's seen his arse over that. So he doesn't feel like he's that interested. He's walking around the pitch far too often. I mean, I'm probably being a bit harsh on Gakpo, because at least he has created chances and he's got on the end of chances, but he's just, finishing's been atrocious. I might be being harsh on Gakpo, but definitely McAllister, definitely Kanate, and maybe Mo Salah as well. I think those two are the key ones, though. I don't want to see McAllister or Kanate playing for Liverpool. I want to see him. If they are starting against West Ham, that's going to be a real, that's going to be a real arrow to the heart for me. So I do not want to see Kanate, and I do not want to see McAllister against West Ham. I'd love it if he dropped Salah and put Chiesa in. I'd love it if he, put Rio and Gamoa in for Gakpo. I'd love that, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's not realistic, is it? It's far more likely that he makes a couple of minor tweaks, and I'd love it if one of those things was Gomez in for Kanate, Wataru Endo in for McAllister. Just change those 2 slots. They're going to get you sacked, mate. They're going to get you sacked. That's the real problem. We've got 2, 3, maybe 4 players who aren't really sure if they're going to be at the club, and they're mentally checked out. Alfie says, we're like the new Stoke City. Set piece again, ole ole. And Adrian Berda says, Bundesliga is a good watch. Yeah, don't mind the Bundesliga. For me, Serie A has started to become a lot better recently. La Liga was once really good, but that's gone very dull. I like Liga and I like Serie A. And I love the Danish Superliga. If you get the I know that's very, very niche, but we've watched a fair bit of the Danish Superliga on this channel as well, especially qualifiers and stuff like that. Midtjylland are a great side to watch. They went to Midtjylland, a Danish side, going to Roma. You would have said Roma will wipe the floor with them. Midtjylland were brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and they only lost 2-1 in the end, but it was a really good game. And yeah, Midtjylland are my Danish team. They're a very, very good side. Lots of very talented young players. Gagorza, Francolino, Simsia. All three, I think, will be Premier League players soon. Lee Rooney, who is your favourite TV cartoon rabbit? Thumper. Would that class as TV? I guess it's film, isn't it, really, Thumper? Yeah, probably Thumper. FM No Casuals, if I speak about the Belgian League, I'm in trouble. You've not done it again, have you? Oh, no, don't back the Belgian League. This is notorious on this channel. If you're ever backing anything, do not back the Belgian League. There's just so many curveball results in it. You can't back the Belgian League. Honestly, even absolute bankers, they let you down every week. Adrian Berder, I watched the Milan derby last weekend. I've still not seen that. I've seen the result, but I didn't know how the game was or anything about it. I think we was watching. Who was we watching at the same time? Can't remember. FM No Casuals, Coventry miles apart from everyone else in this league, and Andrew Stewart, Newcastle United pre-match t-shirt. Lovely. What about it? Jake, did you see Anfield Agenda reaction to the fourth goal against PSV? He said 4-1 about 50 times. No, I don't watch him. I've not got any agenda with him. But yeah, no, I don't watch him. I'm sure he doesn't watch me either, for what it's worth. Taylor says, what's your next European League match on live, not the top 5 leagues? I don't know. I've not got that far ahead. We've got 2 minutes of added on time here at the end of the first half. Come on. Molon Labe, give Soboslai the armband now, you agree? No, I don't think that makes a difference. Here's Philogene. And Luke says, does that YouTube fan reaction channel ask permission for your meltdowns? No. To be honest, I'm featured on loads of them. I'm on Terry Flewers, the football terrace. He's forever clipping me up, and yeah, football fan reactions, fan reaction TV, all them. There's loads of them. I'm forever. It's nice. It's lovely. You know, my ugly mug on the thumbnail next to Mark Goldbridge, but they don't ask permission, but I'm not bothered. Clip it up, do whatever. It's yours. You with pleasure. Take it. Guilty Spark. I can't work out if Hurst is good or not. And Jake says it's not Liverpool FC, it's Soboslai FC. That's how shit we are right now. Why? Soboslai's been crap last night, or Wednesday night. Soboslai was awful against PSV. Couldn't pass 5 yards. Taylor Key, how come you can't put lots of scheduled lives on YouTube? Because YouTube punishes you. I didn't know this, but YouTube punishes you if you overschedule. So I did that, didn't I? I don't know if you remember. I did it at the start of October, was it? Start of October, something like that. I said, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the next 6 weeks of lives, and I'm going to do all the thumbnails, and I'm going to get them uploaded to YouTube and publish them so that everyone can see these are all the great games Key's got coming up. And I thought that'd be a really organised and good thing to do for the channel. Nope. Worst thing I could have done, basically killed the channel for 6 weeks. Absolutely the worst thing that could have been done. Because I basically told YouTube, that's what happens there. You publish something and YouTube see it and go, right, hang on a minute. This has been published. Nobody's touched it for like 6 weeks. Yeah, we're not going to send anyone to that. So for 6 weeks, all the channel's been getting is like dud views. We've been getting nothing really. Even in spite of, like, we've had massive games, haven't we? We've had massive games. I've been clipped up loads by Terry Flewers and, you know, for fan reactions where they've millions of views, absolutely millions of views on these videos, but we've been getting shocking numbers, and it's my fault. It's absolutely my fault. So you do 2 or 3 now? Yes. Yeah, I only do 2 or 3. Only 2 or 3, and only 24 to 48 hours before the game will I actually publish them. Alfie Brindle, I watch a lot of foreign games and prefer lower league in England than the Prem, especially vlogs. Yeah, lower league English games. Oh, they're giving it away again, Ipswich. I'd say it's kamikaze defending here at the back from Town. And Oxford are coming forward. Could they get a second before half time? Ow! Oh, nearly 2. Is it going to be half time? It is half time. Big save from Walton. Bang on half time. Very nearly Mills putting them 2-0 up. Oh, hey, it's coming. I'm telling you, unless Ipswich sort themselves out at half time, it could have been game over, this. Or as good as. Joe, up the PLD. PLD. 3-star Reds, I've watched a few bankers at times. They need to put Derby on the TV more often. Derby County, the Rams. Right, half-time at the Kassam, Oxford 1, Ipswich 0. What do you say if you're Kieran McKenna? How do you approach this? If you're Kieran McKenna, what are you saying to these players? You're a goal down, you very easily could have been 2. Tommy, chat, we should get him up to 10k likes easy. Oh, cheers, Tommy. That's very kind of you, mate. It's very, very nice of you to do so. Taylor, anyway, I'm off now, Key. Have a good night. I'll drop in tomorrow. Take it easy, pal. Yes, please do. Yeah, see you soon, mate, hopefully. And enjoy your night. Cucho, Key, did you celebrate Oxford's goal? I think I did. It was a good goal. Yeah, it was shocking from Ipswich. But I think I did celebrate it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not wedded to either team. I think Ipswich probably come up. But yeah, I did celebrate the Oxford goal. Juice says, told you Oxford win with a clean sheet, pal. You don't think Ipswich score at all? How much can you get for Oxford to win to 0? I bet that's a good shout. How much for Oxford to win to 0 here? Because you could get, I mean, even now, I bet it's still decent odds just for Oxford to win the game. Oxford 2.2 to win here. Even now, 1-0 up at half time, it's 2.2 for Oxford to win. But you can get match goals. In fact, here, even if we just go Ipswich to score. Here we go. Both teams to score? No. 3-1. Oxford to win to 0 is 3-1. Madness. Guilty Spark says Jack Clark will come on and score. Heard it here first. And David Black says there's no chance Oxford don't concede, to be honest. I mean, they've not got the best defensive record either, have they? If you look at the championship table, Ipswich have scored 28 goals in the Championship this season, which is only bettered by Coventry. It's the second best attack in the entire Championship. Oxford, on the other hand, have conceded 24, which is only, well, it's not bettered, worsened, only beaten by the bottom 3, Sheffield United, Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday. They've conceded 24 goals in 17 games. So yeah. Will's Wizard boss, could Akpom come on and score for them? Possibly. Don't see why not. Alfie, Arteta out, Tommy Robinson in, pop the bolts. Jesus Christ. And 3-star Reds, I've watched. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Tall Girl, how's it going? Juice says Oxford will win either 1-0, 2-0 or 3-0. I'll take, listen, as long as there's another goal in this one, I want to see more goals in the second half, but as it stands, it's looking like, yeah, I mean, Oxford win is certainly on the cards. The way Ipswich are defending, it's kamikaze defending from Town. The Tractor Boys need to tighten it up at the back. Jimi Hendrix, your W anchor, mate. What does that mean? W anchor. Your W anchor. I haven't got an anchor. Certainly not a W anchor. David Black, Ipswich will defo score. And Jake says, who should we sign in January? Anyone who's willing to run. Anybody who's willing to run. Chris Cottam, Ipswich have a goal scored, conceded record of 18-9 in the second half. Oxford a 5 for 10. So that does point to an Ipswich goal in the second half, doesn't it? Artorias, do you think Oxford will win? No. Fingers in the draw. If I had to, like right now, nail my colours to the mast, I would say Ipswich get a point. At least. I think there's an Ipswich goal in this. But, I mean, Tolga's saying Oxford. Paul Bennett, good to see you, Paul. This championship mad. Anybody can beat anybody. It's getting there, isn't it? Unbelievable, that. Great save from the keeper, Walton, but pushes it out straight back to Harris. The press is really good from Oxford. But I've got to say, when Matasiwa gets this, why is he trying to go back to the keeper? He just mishits it. I feel like he's got to spin out there. I know it's you know, it's 2020 hindsight and he's a professional footballer and I'm not. But as soon as that ball comes to you, you've got to know that there's a player here and there's a player here. So the only space is behind you. You can't try and pass through it. Or if you are, you've just got to hoof it. Got to get it out the stadium. But Agelli's the only one who's had major chances here for Ipswich. Hurst has had, you know, a chance that he created on his own. But Agelli, should he do better with that first one? Kind of drags it in the end. Second one, he hits the post, outside of the post. And Hurst has done quite well too, but there's not really been anything in the way of clear chances for Ipswich. Alfie says, strange team, Oxford battered Bristol City away and then lose a few on the bounce. John T. Apps, do Ipswich come back? No, I don't think so. David Black, what else are you live on? I'm on YouTube right now, so it's a completely different view to how it is on TikTok. But I am live on YouTube. I am live on Twitch. I am live on X. I'm not live on X anymore. I was live on X, but I'm not anymore. So yeah, you can check me out on YouTube. Premier League Dad, Keith Thomas. Go and subscribe. Still only 12 months in. It's a very new channel. Alfie, what do you think of the women commentators? What do I think of women commentators? I don't mind women commentators. Do you know what it is, mate? It's the same. It's the same sort of thing as, like, I don't mind who's commentating as long as they know what they're talking about. It's painful listening to some. And I apply that as rigorously to men as I do to women. The choice of commentators in some games ruins the game, doesn't it? It absolutely ruins the game. And yeah, that's equally true of women as it is to men. There's some very, very bad male commentators. I turn off whenever I hear Michael Owen is commentating. I mean, he's not got the voice for it. I mean, I've not got a great voice, but I'm not commentating. I'm just watching along. But I feel like if you're just audio only, you've got to have a little bit of an audible chocolate voice. Robbie Savage is difficult as well at times, isn't he? But yeah, champions. There's some great. Certainly some women commentators who've got like good insights and stuff. I don't mind when you watch Alex Scott and you watch even Sue Smith quite regularly is pretty decent. But yeah, there are certainly any Ola Luco's not brilliant, and yeah, Who's the other? I forget her name now. The girl who's on Sky Sports at the minute. I think she's ex-Arsenal. Names on me, literally on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember who it is. But yeah, she's on Sky Sports quite recently. I'm not. It feels very. I don't know, social. But do you know what? That's Sky Sports. Feels very social media-esque. Very, like, rage baity. Do you know what I mean? Feels very clickbaity, and that's how Sky Sports are going. Sky Sports used to be the standard, and now it feels they're going more and more like YouTube. And you know, I'm not one to complain. I'm doing YouTube, but it does feel like a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Sky Sports should hold themselves to higher standards. They shouldn't try and be all things to everyone. They should be the absolute gold standard of broadcasting. And, yeah, it's mad. It's mad when you tune into Sky Sports and you see people literally talking from their bedrooms and it's like pitch black behind them. They're sat in the PJs. And they're sat talking to whoever. It's mad. It's crazy. Like, it's nice they're involving fans and stuff, but I don't know. I don't feel like that's the right approach for Sky. And they've frequently got stuff wrong. The thing they did with the women's TikTok app. Did you see that? The Sky TikTok app. Oh, whoever signed that off had an absolute shocker. They've had a really bad time, haven't they? Chris, they called very poor penalties world class. I get it's hard to ad-lib big points in the game. Well, very, very true. Chris, a lot of them are great. What I didn't like was the Euro pens punditry. The women's Euros pens was... we did the women's Euros on this channel. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good fun. But I agree, yeah, it needed pointing out, didn't it, that the penalty quality isn't great here from either side. And I don't think that needed to be anything deeper than it was. It was just... there was some bad penalties being taken. Nobody was making it any deeper than that. And it didn't need to be. You can absolutely say the quality of penalties here on display are shocking, but nobody wanted to say it. Mr. Beecham, oh my God, you don't like Liverpool. You don't even go to watch Liverpool. I don't anymore. No, you're right. I've stopped going. I stopped going 2 years ago. Been all over the world watching Liverpool. I'm very, very lucky. I've been very lucky to watch them everywhere, but I do not go to games anymore. Refuse to. Fiona, Ipswich Town are winning for sure. Well, there's not a lot of confidence from Ipswich fans elsewhere. Certainly Ipswich fans will feel confident because they've got a really, really good side and they've started playing really well towards the top end of the table as the season's progressed. Didn't start the season so well, but they're in a good place. If they win, you know, they start hitting the top 2, top 3, and they'll fancy it, but they've got to stop making mistakes like that. The calamity at the back from Ipswich. Absolute calamity at the back. Tommy D, how come you stopped going to games, mate? Honestly, mate, a multitude of reasons, one of which being I've got epilepsy, and the vast majority of Premier League games now, and European games, are effectively strobe lights, like strobe light city. It's like going to a rave. So, I went away watching Liverpool against Sevilla in the Roman Sanchez Pizjuan. And it literally, as soon as they scored, we was 3-0 up, they scored a goal, and the whole stadium went doosh, 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 like flashing lights. It was crazy. So I immediately went, yeah, no, that's a challenge. I'm not going to be able to do European aways because there's quite a... Porto did it, Sevilla did it, Roma did it. I went to the Stadio Olimpico, they did it. So it was all a bit... European lives, I'm not sure I can do anymore. European aways, I'm not sure I can do anymore. And it was the same in the... Just look at the Premier League now. Every Premier League tonight. Look at the Kassam. The Kassam tonight. Have a look at the team walking out. The team. It was literally. It's like a rave, and it's the same at Wolves. It's the same across the Premier League, and yeah, it's not worth me going. Otherwise, I'll be breakdancing down the stairs. So it's not worth me going. It's just not. Reese's Footy Feed says, how's it looking in terms of the channel making it into 2026, pal? I don't know. I don't know, mate. I'm hoping so. Me and the wife have said we're gonna assess how things are in January. So there may be an announcement in January. There may not be an announcement, and that's not me teasing it. It might well be that I go back and get a job, but I don't know. We'll see. G. Lawrence says, Key, Konaté's performances lately, we need an honest chat. About what? What do we need an honest chat about? Chris, a few good results and teams can really jump up the championship table. It's the same in the Premier League though, mate. If you look at the Premier League, look how grim it is in the Premier League. There's literally from Villa, Palace, it's like 3 points. Liverpool are 2 points off fourth. 70 years, as bad as it's been, with 2 points off fourth. Villa were talking about sacking Unai Emery earlier this season. They're in fourth. Like, there's massive upward mobility in the league this season. Oliver Dwyer, back again, Key. Love your streams. Cheers, Oliver. And Alfie Brindle, I'm going for some beer. You're a sound lad and you didn't cancel me. Oh, you'll have to do well for me to cancel you. I don't do cancelling. That's none of my business. Adrian Berder, do you play Football Manager, Key? Yes and no. I have played it at points, but I haven't got the new one. To be honest, Footy Manager this year apparently is very disappointing, given it's taken so long for him to get it out. Apparently people are quite disappointed with it. But I grew up playing Championship Manager 95, 96, and when you used to have an entirely separate game. I don't know if you remember that. If anyone's old enough to remember that. Championship Manager 95, 96. And then there was Championship Manager, the European Leagues, was a completely different game. You couldn't have the European Leagues on the Championship Manager game in 95, 96. Chris Cotton, you're good at this. Very engaging. It gets hard, Chris. It gets hard when you've done nearly 600 lives across the year and you're doing 2-3 a day for 2+ hours at a time. On Sunday, I'll be stood here at 11:30 and I'll still be stood here at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So keeping it fresh and staying energetic is hard graft. I start to talk broken biscuits towards the end of the stream, if I'm honest. Right, free kick here for Ipswich. Why have I not started the clock? Kieran, pull your finger out. This is shocking. Supposed to be a professional, sunshine. Come on. Strike from Nunes, straight into the wall. That's poor. G. Lawrence, Konaté's performances of late have been nothing short of horseshit, mate. I agreed. Absolutely agreed. You and I are agreed on that. What do we need to chat about? I thought you said we needed to chat. Adrian Berder, LMA Manager, the best one for me. LMA Manager, yeah, back in the day. Do you remember Premier Manager? Are you old enough to remember Premier Manager? That was a good game. And it used to have, what was that song? Sweet Harmony by Fifth Element. Was it Fifth Element? I'm going to have to remember that now. Sweet Harmony by Fifth Element, I think that was the band's name. And it was that like, ding, 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 ding. I'm not going to try and do it. But have a look. It was a good song back in the day. And Chris Cottam, if you want to keep a wife, it's hard to play it. Well, I've got a wife, and she's happy with me watching football for several hours of a day. As long as it's making money and as long as it's kind of bringing the bacon, which it isn't at the minute, to be fair. But it's, slow and steady. Jake, Madrid don't want Konaté anymore. Honestly, I'm not surprised because he's shit and the worst centre-back in the world. Well, hang on. We don't know if Konaté isn't wanted by Madrid or not. Konaté was said to be wanted by him all summer, and now it feels like Real Madrid are putting out that they don't want him. That could quite easily be Real Madrid influencing the press, as we've seen them do. We heard last year at different points that Real Madrid weren't interested in Trent Alexander-Arnold, by the way. We heard that. So it changes all the time, and you never know what's sort of pushed out by Real Madrid and what's actually sincere. Because apparently it's not actually that Konate is not wanted by Madrid, but Konate is actually choosing Paris Saint-Germain. Apparently he's got PSG and Real Madrid to choose from, and he's chosen PSG. That's the rumour doing the rounds with Liverpool. So if he's chosen PSG, then it's not actually that Madrid have backed out. And it would be very, very Real Madrid, wouldn't it, to put out a press statement or leak to the press. We're not interested in him anymore. We don't even want him anyway. That's standard Real Madrid, isn't it? Three Star Red says, agree regarding the Premier League table currently. Despite our poor start, Forest are only 7 points behind Brighton in 6th, which will be cut to 4 if we win on Sunday. Yeah, huge upward mobility in the Premier League. Jake, Madrid don't want Konate anymore. Sorry, G. Lawrence, the chat is, you said Konate over Saliba. That's the chat, my friend. And yeah, that's still the same. Okay, it's still Konate over Saliba. Well, again, you see, this is it, mate. This is you seem to conflate form with ability. It's entirely possible for a player to be playing absolutely dog shit and be a very, very good player. Ibrahima Konate is a terrible, terrible player based off this season alone. Like, he's a terrible centre-back, but he's quite obviously not a terrible centre-back, isn't he? So, yeah, and to some degree, we have to attribute Gabriel and Saliba's clean sheet record and everything to the fact you've got a manager who takes zero risk and plays with like 9 midfielders. 6 defenders and 9 midfielders at any one time for Mikel Arteta. Adrian says he's been awful recently. Very surprised Real and PSG going for him. I don't rate him. You can't be that surprised Real Madrid and PSG are going for him. He's been unreal for years. He's been absolutely sensational for years. He's won pretty much everything. He was a man of the match in the Champions League final for us. He's just top quality, Konate. He's brilliant. Absolutely different gravy. Tommy says, reckon Madrid go for Gueye if they miss out on Konate. Well, apparently they've secured Upamecano from Bayern, who's also on a free at the end of this season. But PSG are the ones who are bidding big style for Konate now, so it might well be that they win it. Right, corner to Ipswich here. 53rd minute. Come on, Ipswich. Let's have something. Chance. Oh, what a goal that is! What a strike from Leif Davis. Oh, we have been blessed. We have been absolutely blessed to have some incredible goals in the Championship recently. The Coventry Borough game was different gravy. This one, oh my God, it's a corner and it's floated to the edge of the box, and Leif Davis just opens his foot up on the volley, cushions it into the far corner. That's an outrageous goal. That is an absolutely unbelievable goal. Oxford 1, Ipswich 1. Juice, where are you? Juice told me that Ipswich weren't scoring in this game. They told me that Oxford were going to win 0. Where are you? Without sounding Delia Smith. Where are you? Chris says it can be hard for black players in Spain if you have a bad game, and Mbappe seems to do okay though. Yeah, Spain culturally is not always particularly progressive when it comes to footballers, and I mean, you think back to Samuel Eto'o and what he went through. Vinicius Junior still gets it at certain grounds, doesn't he? Yeah, and even Bellingham does as well. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you have to wonder whether that is a factor in some players' decisions when they go to Spain. Oh, big strike and Cummings pushes it wide. It was Philogene with a strike. Ipswich now starting to come back into this one. Does feel like Ipswich growing into the game. Just 10 minutes into the second half, they've got another corner. They scored off the last one. Could be 2-1 here. Jake, the Championship is the best league in the country. It's a good watch. It's very entertaining. G. Lawrence, I never once said Canate is terrible. I said a few comments ago his current form and performances. But yeah, I've not disagreed on his current form and performances, mate. He's League 2 standard. You know, that's... But we're not arguing that he's League 2 standard, are we? There's form and there's ability. And, yeah, the two are very, very different. Nunes with a strike straight down the keeper's throat. Coming just two-handed, pushed it away. Safe. Long throw from Ipswich here. They're going very direct. Ipswich lobbing into the box. Flick on. Straight out of play. Poor. Poor in the end. Matus, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Matus461 says, Key, who do you think will get promoted this season from the Championship? Ooh, well, we were talking earlier, weren't we, about how difficult it is to predict the Premier League at the minute because there's like 2-3 points separating everyone. Is that Mikel Silvestre? What's Mikel Silvestre doing at the Oxford-Ipswich game? That's odd. Didn't expect Mikel Silvestre to be there. Yeah, with the Championship, if you look at the Championship table, there is like 4 points separating Ipswich and Leicester. So Ipswich are 4th, Leicester are 15th. 4 points separating. Well, I mean, you could go one further. You could go 5. 5 points separating Charlton, Leicester, Watford, Southampton, QPR, Hull, Wrexham, Birmingham, Derby, Bristol, Preston, Millwall and Ipswich. 13 teams, 5 points. You could literally go from being relegation zone threatened to playoffs in like 2 games. You can't say. I had West Brom to be in and around the playoffs this season, the 17th. I had Sheffield United to be in and around the playoffs this season. They're in the bottom 3. I don't necessarily think Sheffield United do, but you know, there's some surprising names in the playoffs right now. I didn't think Preston would be based on last season. They've started well. Millwall are there again. You know, Millwall have had a good go at it last season. Narrowly missed out on the playoffs there. Around about there again. Hull, Stoke, Bristol City should be there again. Looks like Coventry are going to be automatics, but other than that, it's anyone's really, isn't it? Stoke, Borough, Ipswich, Millwall, Preston, Bristol, Derby County. It's like 2 or 3 points separating these teams. Key, what's your prediction for Chelsea-Arsenal, mate? Oh, nearly 2-1. Hurst, he's got to do better. Good save from Cumming in the end. What's your prediction for Chelsea-Arsenal? 2-0, maybe 2-1 Arsenal. Mr. Jean says, which 3 do you reckon go up to the Prem this season? If I had to say, fingers in the draw, who I would put going up, it would be Coventry, Stoke and Ipswich. Yeah, Coventry, Stoke, Ipswich. Maybe. Yeah, no, it will be. Coventry, Stoke and Ipswich. Oxford owner is an Indonesian billionaire. And my native country, says Yoo-hoo. Reese, I've seen that Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday might look at merging together. How crazy is that? Rivals on about merging. That's never happening. Can you imagine the thought of that? Imagine, Reese, if someone said, imagine if the Arsenal owners started looking at Spurs. Let's say Spurs needed to sell, and Enoch and Daniel Levy would have to sell in, And the Arsenal owners, the Cronkies, went, we'll buy him. We'll merge him. We'll have Arsenal Hotspur. And you'll get a little cockerel riding the gunner, riding the cannon. Arsenal Hotspur. Reese's Footy Feed says Coventry, Southampton and Ipswich up in the end for my money. Do you know what? Yeah. The new Southampton manager seems to be flying, so could well be. Rockcom, West Ham 4, Liverpool 1. Wouldn't be surprising. Based off this season. And Giles says City 5, Leeds 0. Yeah, I think Leeds are going to get their arse handed to them as well. Probably 5 or 6 for City, I would imagine. Haaland will run riot. John Llewellyn, just curious. Now 1-1. Why are you fan? Why are you fan? John, you might have to elaborate. What do you mean, why am I a fan? A fan of what? Football or Liverpool? Why am I a fan of... I'm not a fan of either of these teams, for what it's worth. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I love watching games of football. That's why I do this channel, because I love watching it, anyone and everyone. So I watch games of football every single day of the year. I'm even watching someone on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day, I will be here watching a game of football. So if you're lonely this Christmas and you fancy some company, I don't know who'll be there. It might just be me and one very sad other, but I'll be there and I'll be maybe tucking into my Christmas dinner or something. I don't know, but we'll be watching the only game, the only league that is live on Christmas Day that year. That day. Sorry, the only game that's live in the world. Reese, Mrs. is going to be like, oi Key, Turkey's done, stop watching the footy. She's absolutely not, because we'll have had Christmas dinner by that point. We'll have had it by that point, and I'll have put my little girl to bed, we'll have done presents, we'll have done everything, I'll have made the turkey, I'll have done everything, because I'll have to be the guy who does all that, and then it's time for me to watch the footy while she entertains her in-law, her mum and whatever. Like, that's on her. I'm not dealing with the in-laws. I'm coming watching the footy with yous. The main bit's over. The fat guy's gone. Not me, Father Christmas. The fat guy's gone and my little girl's gone to bed all happy after playing with the toys all day. We've had a bit of Christmas dinner and I am coming to watch a bit of footy with you. That's what's happening. Adrian Burder says I'll be here Christmas Day, and Mark says don't rule out Birmingham for the playoffs. You can't rule anyone out. You honestly cannot rule any team out of sneaking into the playoffs. Key, what game is on at Christmas? It's the Saudi Pro League. So we'll be watching Al Ettifaq, Genie Wijnaldum and Al Ettifaq in the Saudi Pro League in the... I think it's 5 o'clock kickoff on Christmas Day. So I'll be live for it. Feel free to join me or not. If not, I'll maybe see you Boxing Day. Or maybe not. Either way, it's good to see you if you pop in. Pop in and say hello to us loners on Christmas Day. I mean, I'll be honest, I'll probably get... I'll be having a... I don't think you even think you're allowed to. Are you allowed to while I'm on live? I'll be having a Coke. I'll be having a Coke on Christmas Day. A little glass of Coke with some ice. And that's it. So the live could get a little bit fruity. Reese says turkey and gammon for Christmas dinner. Gammon? No chance. Not a lover of gammon. It's too salty, innit? 3-star Reds, I'll be there, Key, but you can keep your hands off Mr. Mince Pies and turkey sandwich, though, and if you make a grab for the trifle, I am done with Premier League, Dad. The trifle. Oh, yeah, Christmas trifle. Reese's Footy Feed, hope you don't want me on the channel debriefing our defeat at Brentford tomorrow, mate. I'm not going. I'm going to an RAC gig in Stoke tonight instead. Tonight? You're going to an RAC gig tonight? It's 9:30. What time's it starting? And I assume you mean RAC, as in what we've discussed before with RAC and not the RAC. I'm going to a car recovery event at 9:30 in Stoke. That would be some event. Reese Key dislikes the in-laws, confirmed. Absolutely confirmed. She doesn't watch the channel, so it's fine. I can announce it. Here's an announcement. We don't get along. But certainly enough that I can slip off for a few hours and watch a game of football. Rockcom, can Chelsea beat Arsenal in your opinion? I mean, they can. Yeah, they can beat Arsenal. But Chelsea aren't in a title race. Shell, evening. How's it going, Shell? Good to see you. Are you out of hospital now, Shell? Are you feeling better? Oxford, nearly 2-1. And John T of Ipswich, got to win this. You don't have to win this, but I think if they would look at it as a missed opportunity. You know, you don't get too many winnable fixtures in the Championship. They're all difficult to some degree, and you know, maybe if you were going to file a list of quote-unquote winnable fixtures. Oh no, what have Ipswich done? Philogene, he should have done better. It's poor from Oxford. Little back pass, very nearly put them in trouble. We saw the back pass get Ipswich in trouble in the first half, and a back pass very nearly got Oxford in trouble there. Philogene running onto it, couldn't quite get on the end of it. Shell, hope 2 tomorrows before the footy. Oh, fingers crossed, yeah, hopefully so. Reese, if you say it's a canal with flavouring, you're fine. A canal? What's a canal? Reese, listen, we know it's past your bedtime, don't worry. And Reese, don't say that key to Chelsea fans. They'll reply with, but we're second. Rockcoms, who is in the title race? Just Arsenal, one horse race. Yeah. I mean, City could make it interesting, but I don't think they will. Honestly, it really depends on Arsenal. Arsenal can make it a race or not. But it's Arsenal's... Very much everything is in Arsenal's hands. They can either waltz it, because it's been... Like, I feel like Arne Slot and City are like that to Arsenal at the minute. Just like, please, just take it. Just take it, it's there. And if Arteta wants it, he can make it a procession. Edward, Key, do you think we can and will get top 4? Yes, to both. Reese's Footy Feed says, tomorrow night, rock against a dreadful politically ideology, beginning with C, a genre of music, a type of punk. Rock against... Oh, you've caught me there. A genre of music, a type of punk. Rock against... Oh, I don't know. Can anyone help me out? Rock against... Is it rock against communism? Is it that? No, it can't be that. Rock against communism, definitely not that. Yeah, I don't know. I've no idea, mate. You've lost me. Coventry are up, says be yourself, Dylan and Fergie. Loser pool. Just like last season, no one challenge. Yeah, pretty much. Liverpool didn't get a challenge last season. Arsenal aren't getting a challenge this season. It's a shame, really, isn't it? And we've not had a title race in like 3 years, basically. Oh, it is rock against communism. Oh, okay. Well, when I googled rock against communism, it came up like white power and stuff like that, which I didn't think was your bag, to be honest, Reese. Jake, it's always after the season, after we won the league, something bad happens and we turn shit. Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of hesitant to blame Slot, because it happened under Klopp as well. S20, do you reckon Ipswich score again? Big 20 minutes. They've certainly got the ability to do so, Ipswich. They're a good side, and Oxford are giving them chances. I don't think Oxford have got it in them to score again. They're not really creating an awful lot. They've not done an awful lot in this second half, Oxford. It's all been Ipswich, and it feels like this is either going to be 1-1 or Ipswich to pinch it late on. That's how it's shaping up. I could obviously be wrong. Oxford were massively the better side in the first half, but Ipswich came out and changed it all around. I don't know. It wouldn't shock me if either side was to win it, but up to now, from what I'm seeing, I would say it's an Ipswich game. Oxford are they're just, it's too easy that to defend. You can't just keep pumping it into the box flat like that. You're never going to get any sort of penetration. 3-star Reds, if we can beat Liverpool and after Everton beating United on Monday, beat the Geordies, it'll be easy, that, Shell. Shell, do you think we'll beat Newcastle? I hope 2-0. I can't see you stopping Newcastle from scoring. I think the big miss for Everton, Shell, is going to be Garnagay. He is your best player for me, comfortably. I think he's brilliant. Here's Chuba Akpom coming on. Furlong's going off as well. Akpom, Young and Clark coming on for Hurst, Furlong, Philogene. Where's my water? Oh, it's there. Hassan Hersey says Ashley Young still playing. I know, who'd have thunk it? Ashley Young still thriving. And Dan, do you reckon Liverpool will beat West Ham on Sunday? I don't know, you know. I don't know. I really hope so. I'm fed up of Liverpool losing. It's so annoying. It's really frustrating because we quite obviously are a really good side, but I'm fed up of players just turning it in and mugging the manager off. So I really, really want to see the manager drop at least 2 players for that West Ham game. If the starting lineup comes out, I'm going to go live. Well, I'm going to be live for Palace and United. When the Liverpool lineup comes out, if you're live watching me in the Palace game, you will see my reaction live because we will hear the team come out for Liverpool. And if it comes out and Alexis McAllister is playing and Kanate is playing, at that point, I think a light bulb will go off in my head. If it says McAllister starts, Kanate starts, I will literally be immediately. I might start switching to, well, Slot, you're making a rod for your own back here now, mate. We've tried. We're trying to tell you. You're a wonderful manager. You're really well liked. Please drop these players. Going to be a corner to Ipswich. RCPV, hello, remember me? I'm from Honduras. Always watching you. Yes, Tegucigalpa, right? You from Tegucigalpa? Good to see you. Welcome back. I do remember you. Yeah. You're one of my far-flung fans from around the world. We've had lots of people watching from different places in the world. It's always quite cool and quite flattering. It's a bit bizarre. We've got people watching. I still find it odd. But it's great. And RCPV, have you think about commentating some games from Central America, at least the finals? Well, I will definitely be doing the World Cup. I've done some games in South America. We did River Plate, wasn't it? We did River Plate against Vélez Sarsfield the other week. I think Central America is difficult because it's so, like, the time is, it's like 3 a.m. in the morning when teams are playing in Honduras. It's difficult, so I'd love to, but I don't think it's possible, really, unless certain things change, I guess. Reese's Footy Feed says Everton would have, with Gay, without him, Everton lose the midfield battle and ultimately narrow lose, I'd say. That's my thoughts as well. I feel like Idrissa Gana Gay is that important to Everton that if Everton come up against a strong midfield, which they didn't with Man United, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes are about as weak as it gets. I think if Joe Linton, Bruno and Tonali are pressing at their absolute best, Everton will get overrun in the middle. Chance, Oxford! Oh, nearly 2-1, big save! Oh, Walton! He's clattered an Oxford player in the process. Who is it? Unlucky. And be yourself, Dylan, will you do the World Cup draw? Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'll do the World Cup draw if it's on. If it's on and I'm on, let's do it. Dan, I am a United fan. I do feel bad for Liverpool. It's crazy. Something not right at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, mate. I feel like I've talked it to death. I don't really know what more we can say on it short of it feels like it's lots and lots of different issues combined. And the manager is like, for me, 5% of the overall problem. So changing him doesn't really help. It doesn't help anything. It's on Friday, the 5th of December at 5 p.m. That sounds doable. Yes, Friday, the 5th of December, 5 p.m. I will do the World Cup draw. Change for Oxford here. Who is it? Who's a couple of changes for Oxford? It's looking like actually. Krastev's coming off, and Harris is coming off. Luke Harris. Shell have to cope when Idrissa Gana Gueye goes to the AFCON. Yeah, I don't know why you're going to do that. I mean, you've lost him now for 3 games, right? I think he's back for 1 game, maybe the Chelsea one, and then you're off again. He's off again. I don't know. It's violent conduct, so I don't know if it is a 3-game ban. But it feels like he's out for a little bit anyway. 3-star Reds, the time of year again on Monday, I think, when we find out who the Premier League and Championship teams play in the 3rd round of the Cup. Oh yeah, FA Cup draw's coming up as well. Here's Oxford. Strike! Oh, what a strike that would have been. Goodrum, very nearly, unlucky. And Reese's Footy Feed says the music isn't ominous as it sounds. Maybe, or you would be a better description, think of bands like Cockney Rejects and The Business, working class music with a healthy dollop of patriotism. Nice. I like that. It's a very clear identity of the type of music you like. I wish I had that. I haven't. I'm just like stupidly eclectic. Like when I play my Spotify, you've got like Rage Against the Machine, and then Debussy will come on. You know, something like that, and then, you know, Spice Girls followed by Metallica. There's a nice mix. Key, if you have to pick a lineup of the worst Liverpool players, who would be in it? Oxford are in and gone. He scored it. It's 2-1. Oh, it's Blanchett and it's 2-1 Oxford. Oh my God, 77 minutes on the clock. Oxford have won it. Oxford have won it. I can't believe... Well, I'm saying they've won it. It's 77 minutes. There's still time, but oh my God. Oh, it's a great piece of play by Oxford, and what a finish in the end. Ipswich, what are you doing? Oh, Kieran McKenna will be raging at this. It's a lovely piece of play. But I feel like Ipswich are throwing this away. The ball comes over to Blanchett, he cuts inside and just rolls it. He gives the keeper the eyes. Walton thinks he's going to his right and he slips it under him to his left. What a finish that is. 2-1 to Oxford. Yes. I don't know why I'm saying yes. I'm not an Ipswich fan. I'm not an Oxford fan. But there you go. Oxford back in front. Cucho, did he used to play for Norwich? I think he did, didn't he, Blanchett? I'm pretty confident he did. But there you go. Oxford back in front. Key, if you have to pick a lineup of the worst Liverpool players, who would be in it? Worst Liverpool players, what, in my lifetime? Karius. Degan. No, it's got to be first teamers. Let's say they've got to be first team players. Karius would be one. Who's our worst right back? The worst right back we've had, like starting right back. I can't say really we've had too many. Klein was okay. Glenn Johnson was okay. I don't know. El Hadji Diouf. Oh, El Hadji Diouf is definitely in there. El Hadji Diouf would be in there, I think. Oxford are in again here. This could be 3. Strike. Oh, nearly 3. What a strike that would have been. Oh, Roman, if that goes in, that is absolutely outrageous. Nearly 3-1. Oh, my God. This is... Oh, that would have been a worldie. That would have been an absolute worldie. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, I think Balotelli and Juve would be in there. I think Poulsen would be in there. I think probably Konchesky for left back. Rolo says Chris Lawler. Mate, Chris Lawler was brilliant. You're not having Chris Lawler in there as worst ever Liverpool player. Chris Lawler was fantastic. Centre-backs, starting centre-backs, who were bad for us. Starting centre-backs. Probably Cavani. Cavani was awful. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any more now. I'm struggling. I'll do a video on it. I need to do a video on something like that. I'll do a video on it. Tolga thinks it's going to be 3-1 to Oxford. Bloody hell. We've got 10 minutes left to go yet. Kyriakos, Konchesky. Who's the Greek lad? Yeah, Kyriakos. Chris says Carroll was bad on a cost per goal ratio. I just feel like it's so difficult to base it on that when he's like... He was alright, really. He was okay, Andy Carroll, I thought. Reese, I've got wide-ranging tastes. That's tomorrow. The Charlatans next week. No need to put ourselves into boxes. I love bouncing Clubland too. Nice. Right, that'll do. Back. 1 second. Yeah, Kyriakos I would say is 1-2. Who else? Centre-backs. I'm struggling. Because they've got to be starters. Like, yeah, you can give it to, there's loads of players who he signed who was a bit garbage, but they didn't start. Like, you can't have Pellegrino. Pellegrino was awful. Degan was awful. But he never started games for us. Cucho Dunn, was he a centre-back? Yeah, Richard Dunn was, but he never played for us. He played for Everton. Yeah, Richard Dunn was a centre-back. He's got the record for the most own goals scored in the Premier League, hasn't he? Richard Dunn. Here's Oxford flying forward. This could be 3. This could be 3. Oh, good save from the keeper. Walton. It's going to go behind for the corner. Jake, if you had to pick a lineup of Liverpool players from your lifetime, what would it be? As in, my favourites. Favourites is easy. Alisson. Robertson. Van Dijk up here. I really want to get Matip in there, but I can't. Right back probably would be Trent, sadly. Midfield would be Gerrard, Thiago. Coutinho. And then front three would be Suarez, Salah, Fowler. Yeah. Suarez off the left, Fowler through the middle, Salah off the right. There you go. Maybe I'd like to have worked like Barnes in there at some point, or maybe McManaman. They were absolutely fantastic. I'm trying to think of really dud right backs we had. Really poor right backs. Hosami, maybe. But again, Hosami wasn't a starting right back for us. Steve Finnan was the starting right back that time. We could have maybe Jan Kromkamp at left back, but Konchesky was definitely worse than him. Shell, watching your key, hope you're feeling okay. Nearly at the end, Shell. I'm pushing on. We've only got 5 minutes left. Very close, but keep an eye on me. Jen Nielsen 2-2. That's it. Absolutely. Chris, I remember Kenny Dalglish playing. He was amazing. John Barnes was unbelievable in his pomp. Yeah, Maka was incredible. Yeah, I really like McManaman. Disappointed when he left. Rolo, who's the best sub, Fairclough or Highway? Oh, God. The best sub, I think, in terms of number of goals for Liverpool is Origi, I'm sure. Cuccio, unpopular opinion, Coutinho was better than Firmino, Salah, Mane. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Coutinho, definitely. Coutinho, for me, gets in Liverpool's all-time greatest. He was different class, Coutinho. Made the game fun as well. It was always good when Coutinho played. Just played football for fun. He was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Very close to for the last 5 minutes here. Ipswich have got to make this count. They've got to make this count here. Reece, I do feel as though overall Liverpool haven't wasted as much on transfer as most other teams. Always more selective with your business. I mean... Oh, Ipswich, chance! Oh, nearly 2-2. Oh, unlucky. Great run forward. They're hanging on a little bit here, Ipswich, Oxford, sorry. Oh, so unlucky. Why has he not gambled at the back stick? Oh, I should say he has a tap in there if he gambles on that. Nearly a tap in. Jack Clark, all he needed to do was gamble there. Unlucky. Very unlucky. Igor Bishkan was shocking. Igor Bishkan was not shocking. I saw one of the best performances from a midfielder that I've ever seen from Igor Bishkan. Deportivo La Coruña away, 0-0. He got man of the match. I know it was a 0-0, but it was back in the days when, you know, 0-0s away from home in the Champions League were good results. And he was sensational that game. He was absolutely fantastic. So I won't have a bad word said about Igor Bishkan. He was all right, Igor Bishkan. He wasn't brilliant, but he had some moments for us, especially that Champions League season. He had some big games. And that's the problem with a lot of Liverpool players when I'm naming like my worst 11. Like I feel really harsh because people often throw in players like Aquilani. Aquilani was a good player. He was just never fit. And he scored some, like, you know, he scored a big goal for us against Atletico Madrid in the Europa League. Very nearly got us to the final. Should have got us to the final. Until Forlan scores at the end. You know, Aquilani could have been, if he'd have stayed fit, he could have been a really good signing for Liverpool. I remember Aquilani having a game for us at Anfield against Portsmouth when Portsmouth were a really good side, and he was incredible that night. He literally ran the show. He was doing like Marseille turns and everything, and I was like, oh my God, who is this guy we've signed? He was fantastic. And then he got injured, and he was forever injured, Aquilani. So I feel sorry for the fella, because he never could really get a good run of form going. What about Ali Sissoko? Yeah, okay, Ali Sissoko was bad. But again, he wasn't a starter, was he? He was like a backup left back. We had Jose Enrique, we had Alberto Moreno about that same time, and Ali Sissoko. I think they might have overlapped. Here's Ipswich. Chance, should be. Oh, big save. Oh, hit it. Oh, yo. Nearly hit it. Clark. Oh, my God. He's gone straight to coming in the end. Oh, my God. It was like... They're hanging on here, Oxford. They're hanging on. It's a great save from Cumming. And it gets cleared away and then just drilled back towards goal. There's block after block after block. And then Clark, it ends up just deflecting back into the hands of Cumming. 89th minute. Oxford now through at the other end. And there's a claim for a foul. Ref, are you giving it? Oh, no. That would have been a red card if you give that. Last man. Right, how many minutes, ref? How many minutes? Chris Cotton, Bellamy was always someone I wouldn't have at my club, let alone team. He was trouble. Do you know what? Craig Bellamy is a player I wish Liverpool never sold. He's the only player, by the way, that Liverpool have paid a transfer fee for twice. Do you know that? In the Premier League. The only player that Liverpool have paid a transfer fee for twice. Shell, stop the stream if you're feeling poorly. Shell, believe me, you are echoing what my good lady wife says as well. But we are literally moments away. I've fought through it. It's because I had a bad night last night. Rolo, look forward to tomorrow's show, fella. You're a good host and know your stuff. That is... Do you know what? I can't tell you how much that warms my icy heart when you say things like that, Rolo. It really does mean I can't... I go home and tell people little comments like that. And you don't know it. You don't know it, but you've just made my day with that. I'm like, yeah, Rolo thinks I know me stuff. He's, you know... It's not a big deal. Some people say it's not a big deal. I certainly don't think it's a big deal. But, you know, this guy says I know my stuff. Says I enjoy the stream. It's not a big deal. I don't like to talk about it. It's like Mike Smash. Remember Smashy and Nicey from Harry Enfield? Does a lot of good work for charity. Doesn't like to talk about it. Escucho, didn't he do someone with golf sticks, Bellamy? He did, yes. John Arnerisa in the away game. We were playing Barcelona away at the Nou Camp, and basically what happened was John Arnerisa, it was a forfeit. It was a forfeit that he had to do, and the whole squad agreed that if you don't do whatever in training, if you're the last in or whatever, then you have to sing a song, I think, in front of the squad. It was something like that. And Bellamy said, right, go on then, John. It's your turn. Go and sing your song. And Risa basically said to him, yeah, fuck off, I'm not doing it. I'm not singing the song. And Bellamy was like, well, hang on a minute. No, you are singing the song. It's a forfeit. We're all supposed to do it. It's team building. Like, do it. And Risa's gone, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. So in the end, Bellamy's then gone and had a load of beers, and he's gone. I think he was drinking with Steve Finnan, and Steve Finnan was John Anarisa's roommate. So Bellamy said to Finnan, "Give me the keys to your room." And he's got drunk, gone back to the room, and gone into the bedroom where John Anarisa's asleep, and smashed him across the back of the legs with a golf club. Yeah, that's what happened with Bellamy and Risa. And funnily enough, we won the game that night at the Nou Camp. We won 2-0 with Bellamy scoring and Risa got the assist. So there you go. It's funny how football works like that, isn't it? Shell games tomorrow. We're doing 2 games tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow. First game at 12:30. I'm thinking it's probably going to be either Stockport against Barnsley or Leicester against Sheffield United. Which game do you think I should do? I'll let you guys decide. If you want to tell me, there's maybe 3 games worth watching tomorrow. Leicester, Sheffield United, Stockport v Barnsley. I think Stoke against Hull is another one. Maybe we do Stoke against Hull. Do you think? Stoke v Hull. Is that worth doing? Stoke v Hull, Leicester v Sheffield United, Stockport County v Barnsley. Any one of them 3. Which of them 3 do you think I should do at 12:30 tomorrow? I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do 5:30 Everton Newcastle. Reese, what's it like navigating the festive period, especially the lead up to it with epilepsy, flashes and lights at every turn, social pressures to drink, less sleep, added to financial pressures, all of it. Reese, the story of my life, that, mate. I always make a joke every year whenever I go to my mum's, because she puts Christmas lights up and they're always very extravagant because of my daughter. She makes a big fuss for her granddaughter and she wants it flashy and nice and whatever. And I always make a joke of, oh, here we go. She's trying to offer, son. She's trying to kill me off here. This is how you let your son know you don't want him to come round. Big flashy lights on the front of the house. But it's all a joke. I love my mum very, very much. She's fantastic. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. And yeah, triggers, sleep, late nights. Last night I didn't sleep very well, hence why right now I am twitching my fucking nads off, which is why I am desperate for this game to end, because I'm probably not producing my best stuff right now in terms of on-camera entertainment. However, I'll be back at it. I'll have a good night's sleep tonight, and I'll be back at it tomorrow at 12:30. But the ultimate nightmare is if I ever have a seizure on camera, because God forbid that might happen. It might skyrocket my views. I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll. If you ever come onto the live one day and I'm just not here, but the camera is running, that's probably what's happened. I don't know what you'd do, but that's probably what's happened. 20 seconds to go to full time here. Chris Cotton says Stoke Hull will have goals, both riding high too. Shell watching, bless you. Thanks, Shell. Hey, at least I've got someone who knows the pain anyway. Who knows what we go through. It's hard work, innit? Harvey, I don't like Ipswich. Oxford, ole, ole, ole. Well, Oxford are about to claim the win. Oxford 2, Ipswich 1. The ref has blown up. There you go. The Kassam erupts. Oxford 2, Ipswich 1. Tolga, thank you very much for everyone that's been in the live tonight. Shell, lots of love as always. Reese, really appreciate you being in. Everyone, Rolo, everyone that's been lovely tonight. Thank you for your comments. Really appreciate it. Cucho, big up. Good to see you too, mate, as always. And I will be back tomorrow, 12 o'clock, at the absolute latest. 12:30 kickoff for Stockport, Barnsley, or Stoke Hull, or Leicester v Sheffield United. One of those I will be doing, and then I'm also doing Everton Newcastle at 5:30. So I'll be on for those two. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely Friday night, whatever you're doing. Take it easy. Sleep well. See you tomorrow. Oh, and please subscribe if you're on YouTube. Take it easy.